Welcome to part 4 of helping you find winning dropshipping products. Today we are operating on a brand new sheet for the new year. Get the sheet here if you want access to it by clicking the link in the description. The goal for me in this training is to always show you guys my thought process when scouring for viral products or just good evergreen products. And today we're going to be just kind of spreading our lens a little wider open when it comes to certain niches. So historically speaking, if you've gone through the different trainings that I've done of this series, I like to stay away from super competitive niches, skincare, hair care, supplements, anything with knee, back, shoulder pain, anything with cosmetics, the typical things that most people go after. But we're going to actually be looking a little closer in those spaces, primarily because I want to show you that one, it's not that those niches can't make you money. It's not those niches aren't good. Typically stay away from those niches primarily because I know a lot of beginners try to enter those niches with a very limited budget, and it's just really hard to get off the ground in those niches if you have a very limited budget. But also, I'm going to show you that you can still find unique products in those competitive niches. They're very hard to find, but if possible, you can potentially scale with a big ocean niche while everyone else is still struggling to find a good product. So we'll hop on in. As always, you know my favorite tool of choice will be Trend Track. I'll leave a link in the description of this video. You can get 20% off for the first 3 months of using Trend Track. I love this tool for so many different reasons, but you're going to just see the filters and strategy that I use to make this super easy. We'll hop on in when you sign up, and then we'll go straight on the left-hand side and hit the Ads tab, and we're going to just play around with the filters. Now, I know for those of you that already use Trend Track, some of you guys have been complaining about, Alex, I keep seeing the same products. Alex, I'm not seeing any new products. I'm going to show you how you can adjust the filters through Trend Track to consistently see new products so you don't feel like you're going across and seeing the same exact products every single time. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do. We're going to hop on in, and then also I'm going to try to find the sourcing link for these products as well to make it super easy for you guys. One more note as well, I know I'm making a public YouTube video going over these products, so it probably makes the most sense not to hop on these necessarily unless you have a really unique way to advertise them. The primary goal is to show you how to find products on your own. So if you see me add products to the sheet, of course, this is all for a tutorial and educational purposes. But if you do decide to test one of the products and it flops, just be mindful that there are other people watching this video. If you really want to be around for the long term, instead of just copying the products I put on the list, you just look at the strategy that I'm applying and find the products for yourself. All right. So we'll go to the ads tab here in Trend Track. Also, by the way, another side note as well, whether you sign up with Trend Track or not, I also recommend you get the free Chrome extension. This is going to make it easier to scour the ad library as well, which is how we validate products. But what we'll do is we'll go to the ads tab. The first thing I always like to do is filter for active ads. Then this is one of the first things that we can adjust. So I historically like to do between 10 and 60 days. I want to see ads that are launched between a 10 to 60 day window. Now, does it have to be between 10 and 60 days? No, it could be 10 to 30 days. If you really want to push a little bit, 10 to 90 days. I just find that when ads are launched within that window, it shows me that people have launched recently within a market and there's still room and potential for me to come in as well. If someone has been running ads on the same product for 12 months, the Facebook auction has already decided that it's going to give a majority of the customers to that advertiser that's been running for so long. So one of the things you can adjust is the days running. You can even do 7 to 28 days, right? Like you can adjust this how you see fit. For the sake of this, we're going to just do 20 to 90 days or 7 to 90 days. See what we can get. Media type, I normally like to see people scaling and running video ads because I like to run native image ads. So that way I can not compete with them directly one-to-one, but we'll leave this as blank as possible. For CTAs, shop now, order now, and buy now. And my advice to you, if you feel like you keep seeing the same products, that means you're going a little too hard on the filters. Generally speaking, the broader you keep the filter search, the easier it is to see a wider range of ads. Now, this will require you to scroll longer and sift through ads longer. But if you stop being lazy and actually spend a few hours going through the ad library and validating products properly, you'll be more likely to see less of the same products. Country, this is one where you can adjust as well. I primarily like to start off by seeing people that are running ads, majority of which going to the US. Think about it this way. If someone is scaling in the US and we're able to find someone that recently launched scaling in the US, that means we can also launch in the most the heaviest consumer market and also potentially launch in other countries as well. But we're going to just start off with the US and could always go back and readjust the filter as well to show other countries. Because I only speak one language, which is English, I'm going to do English. Technology. You can, only see stores built on Shopify, which is what I recommend you do. And then we don't need to play around with this and whatnot. The next thing I want to do is go over here to live ads. This is another thing you can adjust. If you want to see someone that has a minimum of 30 live ads, that's good. I normally like to see a minimum of 30. And then this is where you can really expand the range if you want to do only 30 to 100 live ads or 30 to 200, right? Adjust this as you see fit, right? Don't be afraid to mess around with this, because if you see the same ads, you got to adjust the filters. So I'll do that. I'll do 30 to 300 live ads. Awesome. And then one of my favorite reasons for using Trend Track, I don't know any other tool that allows you to do this, but you can filter based off of Shopify themes. And what do I always say? We know that 99% of dropshippers use one of two themes nowadays. It's either going to be Shrine Pro or Shrine, or now a lot of people are using Elixir. Dropshippers still use Dawn too. Don't sleep on Dawn, but we can adjust and see themes, specific themes in stores based off the theme. So that's really cool as well. I'm actually not going to turn that filter on for now, just to show you how broad you can really get. Then what I'll do is hit this drop down. I'll go to newest ads, and then now we just start going. So the primary way we use to validate ads is the Facebook ad library itself. Now, something a lot of people like to use is to see how many website visitors or the amount of traffic a store is getting, to help them understand how much money this person is spending in ads. That is a good feature to use. TrendTrack actually is partnered and uses SimilarWeb to help track store analytics and visitors to stores, but that feature and functionality on any tool isn't really accurate. And we don't even need SimilarWeb or anything like that to validate if someone is making money and scaling. All we needed to see is that how long have they been running ads and how many ads they have active. So what I'm primarily trying to do is not see if that person is making money. I'm trying to see if there's enough room in the market. And you'll see how I adjust and look at that based off their ad library. So now we just start going. And this is where I normally throw some music on. And already don't like this product, right? I primarily want problem-solving products. So what I'm going to do is just click on this person here and hit hide this page. I don't see any more of their ads. It takes a few seconds and then boom, they're gone. What do we got here? Next up is the Wedge pillow here. So this is relieve back and neck pain. So again, if you've been watching me for a while, you know I like to stay away from certain niches like sleep and whatnot. But for today's video, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about, if you are going to enter a competitive niche, what you can do to potentially crack that niche as someone that has cracked the competitive niche before and scaled. Because I know not every single one of you guys that watch me is a complete beginner. So I'm sure a lot of you would like some actual higher level advice. So today's video will be speaking more about how to crack competitive markets if we come across certain products that might historically be more competitive. So this is a good product, solves a problem, sleep. Now the question is there room in the market for us to enter with a specific product? How are we going to do that? There's two ways you can do that. First way is to click on the actual card, and then you can go in and hit follow in brand tracker if you're using Trend Track. And then you can just start going through and looking at some of the analytics. Historically speaking, we know if someone is adding a ton of new ads consistently over time, that shows that there's a good sign that they're scaling, right? So this is historically a really good sign to see. So off bat, that is good to see. You can check out some of their other ads and see other functionality. I could go to shop analytics and see their actual shop store. So again, monthly visitors don't really tell me anything, because one, they're not 100% accurate a lot of the times. And then two, this only tells me that they're making money. I already knew that they were making money based off of how many ads they're running. So that's still cool if you want to check that out, but I can see that they have a diverse portfolio of ads. And then additionally, what I would want to do, of course, is just go in and check out their actual ad library as well. So I'll go back here, the bottom, open in Facebook. And this is where we can quickly validate stuff easily. So the first thing I'm going to do is see how many total ads they have. They have 140 total ads. And then I'm going to remove this filter that says active ads to see how many of them are actually turned off. So they have 140 out of 140 ads. That means they have not turned off a single ad since launching. That is a really good sign. So now Facebook has allowed us to actually sort now by just seeing most recent. So already, I think we already found a good product, and it's in a competitive niche. So I'll talk about that in just a moment. But let's just see when they launched. This is also a really good indication to see when they launched. So they launched all the way back a year ago. So historically, I do not like competing with brands that have launched so long ago, just simply because Facebook works on an auction-based system. And the way it works is that it's going to favor the advertiser, the competitor that's been running ads the longest. Now, does that mean you can't make any money? Absolutely not. It just means that you're now facing an uphill battle. And historically, I've talked about staying away from stuff like that. But today, I'm going to talk to you about what I would personally do to compete, because there's more than enough people that can benefit from this product, and they have no ads turned off. So this is a good product, and this is a product worth testing. Just know on day one, you're probably going to have high CPMs. In fact, in the first week or two of testing, you're going to have high CPMs. So if you're not ready for that, that's on you. But what I would personally do here is I would, of course, run some native image ads, because this person's scaling primarily with video ads. So yeah, they're primarily scaling with video ads. And the main focus is, how can I find a sub niche of people that they haven't gone after, right? So historically speaking, we know that most people that are in the sleep niche are going after older people, primarily people 35 to 45. We can see in their video ads, this is an older woman talking about either snoring issues, lack of sleep, waking up feeling tired. You can see here, tired of snoring and sleep apnea, right? So they're going to go after the common things. What you should do is, if you have the right deep research prompts, you should go in and allow the deep research prompts to go and scour Reddit forums, Quora forums, Google forums, anything, Facebook groups, and try to get a good breakdown of the market of people struggling with sleep at night. And your deep research prompts should help you find a unique sub niche of people that aren't typically being marketed to. The reason why I've always stayed away from these competitive niches is not because they're not good. You can make a ton of money in these niches, even as a beginner. The problem is that it's more challenging, because naturally speaking, the baseline or the base angle of people you normally would go after, everybody is already going after those same people. So that's why it's historically just more challenging. It requires you to think outside the box and go after a more unique audience. And let me give you an example of that. So this is Ancestral Supplements. I'm sure most of you have heard about them, but this is basically a supplement line designed to help men primarily get a ton of vitamins from organs of beef and cow. So this is going to have like beef liver and all that stuff. It's supposed to give you natural nutrients and stuff like that, right? So what this brand did, Primal Queen, was basically take the exact same thing that was working for this brand, Ancestral Supplements, and just literally market it towards women. And they have the exact same product, this is the exact same solutions and stuff like that that it promises, but it's geared a little bit more towards women. The packaging is for women, and then they'll talk about specific benefits that benefit women, but it's basically the same exact thing, more vitamins through beef organs. So why the competitive niches like this are historically harder is because pretty much every type of angle we can think of, most people have gone after. Not all of them, so that's why you can still find holes in the market and crack holes in the market. But just historically speaking, CPAP machine, snorers, people that work late night shifts or just historically have back issues, those like the top, think of the top 10 people that would probably benefit from this product. There's already a million other advertisers advertising to those same 10 people. So you have to be a little bit more creative and also use deep research. Don't just guess now and start thinking, maybe I could go after teachers, or maybe I could go after truck drivers. Obviously, if you just theorize and just start guessing, you can of course do that, but now you're playing with fire. It makes more sense to just use deep research and find a list and have it aggregate a list of potential people that have struggled with this product and have made it clear through Facebook groups, Reddit forums, etc. All right. So I always have to go into deep explanations for this stuff, because people, they just don't understand how product analysis works, and that's fine. That's why you watch my YouTube videos. So we'll add this to the sheet. And again, the link to this sheet will be in the description of this video. And then that's why I love Trend Track, because that took me 2 seconds to find that, right? So that's pretty good. So I'll add that there, add their ad library there for you guys. And again, if you go ahead and tackle this, so that's another note, right? Like you might be thinking, all right, Alex, everybody else is watching this YouTube video. Now they're going to try the same product. It's not about whether or not everyone tries the product. It's about who's smart enough to find the right sub niche of people to go after. A niche of people that haven't been served in the market, right? That's the person that whoever does that is going to make the most money, not just because they have the product in their hands. There's a ton of people that test products all the time that are absolute winners, but they fail to execute on them, and that's why they never make any money, right? So something to be mindful of. So we'll go into Alibaba here and just upload a picture of the product. I do not use Alibaba for sourcing. I just simply use it so I can tell my private supplier the product that I want them to go find. So I'll leave a link here. I do not use Aliexpress. I do not use Alibaba to ship products. I simply just use the website to get the information so my private supplier can go and contact their manufacturers and make it easier for them to find the product for me at a drop shipping rate. Okay. So I'm linking this here that I do not use AliExpress, Alibaba, or any of those tools to source. I use Team Drop primarily for sourcing these days. All right. So next up, so Wedge pillow. So that was really easy. As you can see, adjusting the filters in Trend Track is really simple. I really get frustrated when I hear people say, Alex, I keep seeing the same products. Well, how about adjusting the filter maybe to see if you can adjust what you see? It really isn't that hard. So boom, there you go. No ads turned off. They've been scaling for some time now. Again, I know I talk about trying to find people that launched recently. When you have these blue ocean products, meaning like it's evergreen, it's a massive total addressable market, it's going to require you to be more creative. It's going to require you to put more work in to make it a winner and not compete with the same people. That's on you. That normally is a little bit more expensive, but some people are more risk averse and some people have more money. So if you're someone like that and you want to give it a go, that's my recommendation for you. All right, so that was quick and easy. Now let's see if we can find another product here. How long is this video going to be? It's only 16 minutes. I've spent most of it talking. So that's good to see. All right, so this doesn't really solve that deep problem. I don't really care about that. Let's see what else we got here. What's this? Supplements. What a niche. Let's quickly do our due diligence and see if it is worth potentially looking into. Supplements is just, again, one of those things, man, that is just so tough, especially for beginners. It's really hard to crack the supplement market. But I've seen this product before. Let's see if the ad library looks validated. So 68 total ads out of, or 68 active ads out of 68. No ads turned off. That's one of my favorite indicating factors if someone's finding success with their product. When they launched it and how many ads they have turned off. Think about it this way, right? If they launched ads and don't have a ton of them turned off, that means they're effortlessly scaling. They haven't had to put too much work in to get that elbow grease going and get that product off the ground. Now, if someone has 150 active ads, but 500 total ads, all for the same product, that means they've had to turn and test and iterate and change their messaging to finally get the one that cracked. Now, you might be saying, Alex, well, if they had to do all that and they finally cracked the code on what's working, shouldn't I just copy that angle? Of course you can, but it could have worked for them because they spent so much time and money seasoning their pixel and training their pixel. That's another factor to consider here, is how much data are you able and willing to feed your pixel before it starts really optimizing and getting the right purchases? That takes time. That's another thing that takes time. As smart as the Facebook algorithm can be, every new pixel is, especially a fresh pixel, is operating blind. And that person probably had to feed a lot of data before it got to the point where it's optimizing and working. Ideally, you would like to find a product that you can get off the ground quickly within the first week of testing. And it's not that you need to be profitable right away, but it's just more about, hey, I'm getting some buying intent, I'm getting initiate checkouts, I'm getting purchases. So I don't like having to fight tooth and nail with products when there's easy ones out there that are just, they'll hit the ground running quickly. And this is the way I like to validate that, is how many ads does the competitor have turned off? I normally don't like to see more than 70 to 75% of their ads turned off. All right, so let's open this up here. They have no ads turned off. When did they launch? They launched at the end of last year. So no ads turned off. They've been consistently adding new ads in. And it's so funny because I've seen this exact product before. I think this is the original brand too. Yeah, I think this is actually the original brand. So I would take this with a grain of salt. And honestly, even though it's validated, I wouldn't personally test this product, even though it fits the criteria, because you have to use a little bit of critical thinking skills. This is the actual brand. They are probably also getting a ton of sales on Amazon. They probably have a ton of TikTok influencers and creators as well doing well. So to verify this, And something you have to understand as a dropshipper doing product research, not everyone that runs Facebook ads is running it on day one of their brand. Some people could have already validated on other marketing channels, and they're now just opening up Facebook already with a ton of marketing data already. And now, regardless if they're breaking even or making money, they're going to just run the Facebook ads for trickle over sales and stuff like that. So as we can see here, this is the real brand. They already have a history and foundation on Amazon. I know I've seen them on TikTok before too. So just because they're validated doesn't mean that every competitor or every ad library isn't made equal. These people probably already have easy conversions coming in because they already have brand awareness. So when people are running when they run the ads on Facebook, people have already seen them on Amazon and TikTok. So you just gotta be careful. That's why I like to find other dropshipping products that are kind of like white labeled, meaning that it's not a branded custom product that someone actually made and formulated. So that's something to be mindful of. So little note there for you. Because I know that this is the actual brand, I'm just going to hide their page so I don't see any more of their stuff there. All right, let's keep going. All right, so we got skincare, another niche, man. That's just always so tough. So another thing too, I don't really get too concerned with this low impression count here. Okay, so this particular ad might be low impression count, but they might have a collective of so many other ads that are higher impression count. And I think it's interesting because it says low impression count, but the reach on this seems very high. So I don't really get too caught up with that. Just look at the ad library to help you validate products. Another product I've seen a million times already. So let's see if they've entered the market and found a way to break through the competition. So Cocoa Beauty, yeah, definitely seen this advertiser before. 290 out of 3,000 ads. Yeah, see, I'm not even going to waste my time. I don't really care that they are scaling recently or what. I don't really care. That's way too many ads turned off. That's actually a legit brand too, by the way. So I'm not even going to waste my time. So we're going to keep going here. Okay, another skincare item. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, another product I've seen, and again, it doesn't really matter what my emotions say, right? I'm still doing my due diligence to check these ad libraries because at the end of the day, the ad library is what you should be making your decisions on, not just your emotion alone. So another thing I hate, I hate when people DM me or message me or even in my school community ask me, Alex, what do you think about this product? And they'll just send me the competitor's website. It doesn't matter what I think about the product. I could think the product is the coolest product in the world. That doesn't mean it's going to sell. I have in my closet right here a box of different anime mirrors that I was going to do when I was doing organic dropshipping. I thought it was the coolest product in the world, but I don't even think I made $300 selling those products. It's not about what you think is cool or good or whatever. It's about what the ad library says. If you want to be a successful dropshipper and be successful in ecom, forget about your feelings, leave your feelings at the door, and use data and use proven information to make decisions. All right, let's take a look at this ad library here. So 39 ads out of 1,600. So, I could look and see maybe were these ads for other products, but they seem all for the same product. So I'm not even going to waste my time. Why waste my time? Right. So we're going to hide this. And I already can see someone asking me again, even though I mentioned it earlier in the video, they're gonna be like, well, Alex, why does the amount of ads turned off matter? I'm going to make this very clear. The amount of ads turned off matters to a certain extent and on a certain scale. If someone like that person we just saw had 39 active ads out of 1,600 ads, there's a good chance we can assume, because we won't know for sure, these are all assumptions, but they're educated assumptions, we can assume that they probably took and spent a lot of time and money to finally season their pixel enough to get it off the ground and scale. Now, even then, that still doesn't mean that they're actually as profitable as we may think they are, despite the amount of website traffic they have, despite the amount of recent ads they've launched. We are trying to look for products that are hitting the ground running. And it's all right if they have ads turned off, right? It's just that if they have 100 active ads out of a total of 130, that's fine. That means they only turned off 30 ads. But if it's like they turned off 100 plus ads or 50 plus ads, that's a lot. So you can do with this information as you will. I just find, historically speaking, I'm able to scale way faster when I can find a brand owner that has majority of their ads still turned on and they're adding new ads in recently and actively. All right. Cool. So this product here, dime a dozen product, right? Like I've seen this a million times on different people's ad accounts. But let's just see. Is it still a good product to enter the market in with? Let's see. So they have 54 out of 54. So no ads turned off. That's good. Let's see when they launched. I always got to remember to sort by most recent. So 54 to 54. They launched. Okay, so we're in November now. So November, December, January. So about 2-3 months ago. Okay, not bad. They're adding new ads in regularly. Have they added new ads? Yes. So today is the 5th. So they're still adding new ads in. They've been running for multiple months. They have no ads turned off. So this is still a good product to enter the market in. Let me see.
I'm tired of juicer.
I'm going to play. My headphones turned on. I'm going to play one of their videos. Are they making their own videos or are they just ripping from Kayla data? Let's see.
Because I don't see the point in getting a juicer, and discovered that this.
I think they might just be making their own ads. So yes, this is another good product. I've seen this product a million times. I've seen people test this product. Now this will come back down to what I've mentioned. Once again, you can have the winning product. You can have the winning product in your hands. You can have the amazing store. But if you don't find a way to talk to people in a different way that they haven't been spoken to before and find a sub niche of people that are being underserved in the market that can benefit from your product, you will run a product, you will get no conversions, you'll get high CPMs, and you'll blame the product when in reality it was a marketing problem. So this is another product that, I feel like I've seen this product a million times. I do review all my community members' product sheets, so I help them pick winning products. And I've seen this product 1,000 times. So I will be honest when I say that. Now they've created this ridiculously good offer. So this is probably how they were able to penetrate the market here. Look at this offer. They're running a President's Day sale already. 6 free gifts. This is what I talk about when I talk about creating winning offers, which I've talked about in other videos. This is what I'm talking about. No wonder they're making money. What the heck? 6 free gifts? Yeah, they know what they're doing. We'll throw this on the sheet here. We will throw this on the sheet. So Net Milker, it's so funny, man. I used to actually be a TikTok shop affiliate, like I've mentioned multiple times, and I remember when this product was doing really well for a lot of affiliates back in the day. It's so funny how that works. All right, boom, solves a problem. A lot of angles you can tackle with this. And I know for a fact I can easily source. I've literally sourced this product before, actually. Not for me to run, but for other people that I know. Honestly, I don't even need to upload a picture. I could just type in net milk maker machine. Right? So despite me seeing this product a ton of different times, despite this product being around for a while, what the ad library has shown and told me is that despite what I might think, there's still room in the market for people to enter and test and scale the product. That's all that's telling me, right? Products are evergreen. People have evergreen problems. So despite it being an older product that's been around for, I feel like, forever, it doesn't matter what I think or what the product is. It matters that somebody else has proven to me that you can still come in today, 2026, and still test and scale this product. So boom, you can just find whichever one. I think these are all the same stuff here. Just find whichever one, go to your private supplier, have them get you a quote. Easy money, man. This is easy money. People are out here making this product research stuff harder than it needs to be. Boom. Making it way harder than it needs to be. Now, where it can be really challenging, again, comes down to your marketing, right? You could have all the best products in the world, but if you're not marketing them properly, no one's going to buy. Let's close some of this out. All right, Sheila G gummies. I'm just going to ignore this. Sheila G, man, come on. Great product, but I've seen that a million times, and I just know automatically, like, it just can become a nightmare to find a market. I mean, we could open up the ad library just to do our due diligence. I want to practice what I preach, but yeah, we got 31 ads, and out of 1,600, right? Like, I kind of knew I was wasting my time there, but just wanted to do my due diligence. So boom, we'll move off of that. Boom. Let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, Ice Baby Cryo Facial Roller. So something to be mindful of is custom products. Before even validating this, I would really be interested to see if this is a custom product. Is this the product? I guess this is the product. Is this the product? What is this? Cryo. Let's go to Alibaba and see if this is even a product. Cryo. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, would you look at that? All right, let's try to validate this because this is a product that you can source. I know it's a product, but it's a product you can source. So where were we here? Was this it? Yeah, it is. Okay, let's take a look at their ad library real quick. So they have 48 out of, let's see here, 48 out of 48. No ads turned off. Man, that's always a good sign. When they have no ads turned off, that's a good sign. They launched. Ooh, so this ad library is interesting. They have 20, they launched November 29th, November or February 4th, February 5th. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. I'm an idiot. I forgot to sort this. Let's sort this most recent. Okay, now let's look at the way they launch ads. So they launched all the way back in October of last year. So this tells me that this brand probably isn't really relying too much on Facebook. They probably have, let's go to follow and brand tracker and see what we got going on here. They probably aren't just on Facebook. I would assume that they're running other stuff. So they got a ton of website traffic out of nowhere. Let's see. Are they on Amazon? Let's see. What's this brand called? Ice Baby. So this is, or Time Beam. So this is important, right? Like when you see these like really, really branded stores, you got to verify that they aren't just like Cryo. You got to verify that they aren't just like using Facebook as a top of funnel tool. Okay, so I don't see them. I don't see them here on Amazon. I see the same product here, but I don't see this actual brand on Amazon. Very interesting. I might also check real quick and look them up on just Google. They're called Time Beam Ice Baby. This might actually be a drop shipper. So on Instagram, they don't have an Instagram presence. They have an Instagram, but it's not. Oh, they actually have about 7,000. So I don't know if they bought these or what, but they do have an Instagram, and they're uploading, and they have custom packaging and stuff. Yeah, so this is probably, yeah, this is definitely not a drop shipper. Yeah, this is definitely not a drop shipper. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean we can't test the product? It's not that we can't test it. It's just that I probably wouldn't test it just because this is a legit brand that's running its custom product, which I kind of got the feel from it with their website. So they have 40 out of 48 ads, but they're not really, we don't know if they're really relying, how much they're really relying on their Facebook marketing to actually get this product off the ground. So although it's a cool product, right, we can see that not all their ads are even for the same products, for different stuff in their product line. They might just be running some light Facebook remarketing from their organic presence or Google ads that they might be running. So I'm going to pass on that. So something to be mindful of. We're trying to find other drop shippers and not just trying to find other people running ecom brands. We're trying to find other drop shippers. So let's just keep the ball rolling. I'm kind of looking for stuff that solves a problem. Now, of course, something else you can do with Trend Track is literally just go in the niche and pick a niche as well and just kind of, filter down there. But I like keeping it broad. That's how I rarely ever see the same product when I'm doing this because I keep it so broad and I just spend my time going through each product and hiding the ones that I know aren't good products. Okay, so this is a custom product. Boom. And we're going to keep the ball rolling here. What else we got going on? So now we're getting into, so the AOV on this product is too low, $18. It's probably also a custom product as well. Jewelry doesn't solve that deep of a problem. Lace front wigs, not really a big fan of that product. Close out some of this ad library stuff. I'm gonna add at least one more product to the list before we wrap up today. Boom. What do we got? What do we got? What we got? What we got? Let's see. Okay. All right. So now what I'll do, I could probably keep scrolling more and more, but what I'll do is I'll go to Shopify themes, and we'll put good old buddy, our good old friend Shrine Pro, and we'll do Elixir. We'll also just do regular Shrine as well. This is the typical drop shipping themes, and that's what we're looking for, other drop shippers. So this is another one of those products that I've seen, I feel like, a million times now at this point. So let's see, is there room in the market for this product to still grow and scale? So boom, 210 out of 230. Wow. So they have a lot of ads still turned on. That's good. So let's see when they launched. I was blocking that, by the way. So let me move that over. You can see 230. So they launched, and they're running natives? Are they running a statics? Just short copy, short statics. Interesting. Interesting. I don't even think they're running a single video. Interesting. I like this. I like this ad strategy. Okay, so they launched, basically they were running some ads back in December during Q4, and then they were able to launch again with some new ads December, and they're just been launching ads since. They have a couple turned off, but they're launching ads every few days. They've been scaling heavily. Yeah, so it's so funny because, again, you can test a product. I'm sure some of you watching this might have even tested this product or seen it, and you might have flopped on it, and it might have not done well for you. But again, who are you marketing to? What is your marketing strategy? What's your copy like? What's the angle that you're doing? How are you testing? Like, these are things that matter, right? I'm telling you, a lot of times the products are proven to sell already and can do well. There's demand and desire for these products, but how good of a job are you doing with marketing them? This is like interesting. This is okay. So this is a typical native image ad that I would run here. Very long copy, 1,400 to 1,700 words. But they seem like they're pairing this up with some shorter copy too, kind of like just statics, like just regular statics. Where is see summary details? Yeah. So what I can do here, I can use the trend track tool to just literally create a folder on this and add as potential winners. And we can just go back into trend track and follow in brand tracker and just pull up all their ads and stuff like that. I'm actually really curious to see what they're doing with their ads. So we got a better look here at all their ads. This is one of the best gifts I've ever seen. This little cordless brush for my short hair. This is so interesting. They're just running some they're going after short hair women. Right? Let's see what their best ad is. So longest running. So this running in this ad for 45 days. So it's long native image copy. So this is the exact same copy I would run and kind of ad I would run. And that's what's doing really well for them. But they also have these shorter ones. This is their second longest. Second longest, but low impression. Let's look at one that is not low impression. Okay, so this one is also not low impression, but it's like short copy. This is interesting. Interesting. She said this was one of the best gifts she's ever gotten. So they're doing like a GIF kind of short here. They're running a Facebook page that's like Jane styling tips. I really like this, man. This is dope. It's a lightweight product too, easy to drop ship. So you see how, I guarantee you, for those of you that have maybe seen this product or tried testing, I guarantee you didn't try creating copy and messaging just like how this person's doing it. Now, this person's doing short hair. Do you want to copy them? Maybe, but you might want to try it long hair or curly hair, right? Like, this is how you can take a good product that's doing well for somebody else, but now start thinking and using deep research to find a new marketing angle that you can go after. But this is perfect, man, because I've seen people test this product and they said, Alex, it didn't work for me. When in reality, they just probably didn't do the best job with the copy. This is sick. I love this. I love this. This is dope. Definitely a winning product for sure. They're definitely winning with this, and they're not doing anything crazy. Are they even running an avatorial? Oh, so they are now. They're running an oh no, they're running a listicle. Okay, yeah, listicle makes sense. This product doesn't require too much explanation for how it works. Interesting. They're running a good offer. What is this theme? Is this Elixir theme? Shrine Pro. I don't know how true that is. Is this Shrine Pro? I don't think this is Shrine Pro. It might be. I guess it is. Yeah. I guess it is Shrine Pro. Interesting. Yeah, this is dope. Oh, yeah, it is. It's 100% Shrine Pro. Yeah. 100% Shrine Pro. This is fire. Oh, and they're in the Netherlands. That's interesting. Okay, are they running this in the Netherlands? Are they scaling in the Netherlands or scaling in the US? So they're in the Netherlands and scaling this in the US. Wow. Shout out to them, man. What a beast. Whoever this is, shout out to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I just put your product on blast, but man, this is fire. Shout out to you, man. You got a dope website, dope product. Now, here's the thing. I just put your product on blast. I'm sure people are going to copy it, but you have so many active ads running right now that you probably have a nice head start against anybody that tries to copy your stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is good. They recently are scaling. So yeah, there you go. That's the third product for today's video. Hopefully, once again, you've learned how to analyze and make decisions looking at the ad library. We're gonna call this a short hair straightener. Is that what this is? What is this, by the way? Is this? I just want to verify this is what it is. It is. Yeah, it's a straightener, right? Heated brush. Okay, we'll do that. Heated brush. Shout out to them, man. They're doing a great job. They got a Valentine's Day sale going as well. They know what they're doing, right? This is a good drop shipper right here. Sorry that I put your product on blast. If whoever's watching this and is running this store, DM me. Let me know. My apologies, dude. But yeah, you can easily find this heated hair brush. I'm sure you can find this. So I would go ahead. I would tackle and see if I can tackle the same short hair niche and tackle and compete with them. But I would also definitely look into curly hair. It's so funny the way marketing works, guys. You can make this brush for blonde hair women. You can make this brush for brown hair women, and just simply say, blonde hair woman, this hairbrush is for you. Why? Because it doesn't burn your edges or something like that. Like that's how marketing, if you really tap into marketing, you can sell water to a fish if you really think about it. And it's literally a brush that can work for anybody that has hair, even men. But just by simply changing the way you speak to the people in the marketing, you can literally do that. It's so funny how that works. But yeah, boom. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, of course, let me know. Definitely click the link in the description, sign up for Trend Track. And if you sign up with the link in the description or on the sheet itself, you'll save 20% off for the first 3 months. If you have any other questions, shoot me a message. And of course, if you need some additional help with finding a product and scaling, you can hop inside of my online community, Social Brands Club 3.0. Every single member that joins, I personally have them send me a list of 3 to 5 products that I'll personally review for them and help them approve it. So if that sounds like something you want, you can hop on in. Link in the description, Social Brands Club as well. See you guys all in the next one. Take care.